everyone, and welcome to a very special edition of the Disaster Stream. It's the Saturday night Disaster Stream. It's a Saturday night. I felt froggy. I felt like playing some Amiga. And so I'm going to continue the series that I had starting last week. Overlooked coin-op conversions. It's more overlooked coin-op conversions. We're going to start hot right out of the gate this week. I got plenty more of these that I didn't get to look at last week, so I wanted to give them a shot. And the very first one on my docket tonight is an old favorite of ours around these parts. It's Rampage. Rampage. Now, I'll tell you a little secret about Rampage. Starting this thing is not the easiest thing for a neophyte. This is one time we have to actually read the instructions. So what we're going to do is you have to hit the number of the controller you want to fool with and turn it to where you want it. So we want him in active. We want to put him in active. Of course, it's the arrow keys and the enter button. And then for the first one, you're going to want to put him on joystick 2. And then once you've got everything set up cunningly, you hit escape. And then you're off. Tonight I'll be using my trusty 8-bit DOE wireless Neo Geo gamepad and my mister. And here we go. We're on the prowl. And there we go, right out of the gate. Kill. I love this game in the arcade. And me and the boy have many times played this game in the other iterations of it. This is one of those games that Midway actually made better as it went along. I mean, the arcade sequels of this I think are a lot better than this one. And this one's good. Come here, you. I'll eat that. You shouldn't eat it before he drops the dynamite, but what the heck. This one came out the same year as the Coco version, which was 89. Originally released in 87 on the ST from the arcade hit that was in 86. So the ST got this almost directly after. It took the Amiga a while to get hold of it. But it got here. I will say the Amiga does give you all the different players at your disposal. This game was more of a no-frills game than the sequels were, but I found it to be a lot of fun. And it's funny, the first one has a different feel than the sequels, which is okay. I thought the sequels really got the humor aspect of it down. I mean, there's humor in this, and I will say this one has a lot of mischievous, wacky programming fun, including all these different various cities. Most states have a city. I think there's like 2 or 3, maybe 4 that didn't get one. And of course, in the sequels to this, they went overseas and all over the place. The Future, I believe, was one of the. So you get a lot of different monsters, but you can't beat the big 3. Get out of here. Of course, the object of this game. Pound the crap out of stuff and just try to destroy. That's what made it a lot of fun to do. And I mean, this thing was the high water mark for these sorts of games for a while. Now, with all that said, this game plays better with 2 buttons, in my opinion. But this version's okay. It's doing a decent job. Turn the volume up a little bit here. Oh, the train. I love this. Here we go. This is great with 2 people because you can knock it back and forth. But they put so much stuff in the windows. I remember covering this arcade game one time, maybe on Summer of Arcade, and the amount of stuff that they put in this is staggering. I mean, these guys really were feeling their oats when they put this thing together because they really put everything into it. And of course, this was a huge moneymaker for the boys over at Midway. I mean, they went to the money bank on this one. And the 3-player element worked. This is a multiplayer game that works perfectly. You could have team-ups. You could have battles. You can switch on the fly, which is what me and the Brent or my son often do. Oh, here we go. Beautiful. And of course, they've kept that aspect of the game. A great game. And I think the Amiga conversion is not bad. But it's funny, it's not a game you would necessarily think the Amiga would have in its arsenal. But it absolutely did. So that's what I recommend picking up if you don't have it. That's the old, it's the old Rampage. Now, let's move along to the next one on my list here. You know, and it's funny, I don't know if I've ever even played this. A lot of people talk about how much I love R-Type, but I never heard anybody talk about R-Type 2, which again was a conversion from the arcade. R-Type, of course, was a real popular title when it came out, and of course you knew there'd be a sequel to it, and there was, and it debuted in 1989. We're gonna give it a shot right here and see how it plays on the Amiga. You know, R-Type 1 was a big, sort of a perennial hit on the Amiga. I'm not saying I'm gonna be any good at this, but we'll give it a whirl. This came out in '89 in the arcades, and the Amiga saw its port in 1991, same year as the Atari ST. Okay, this is from Activision. Interesting. I'm not the man at this game, but we're gonna give it a whirl. No music so far. Here we go. I don't remember if I've ever played this. I'm sure at some point I played R-Type 2. So far, it's nice, beefy. Everything looks nice. The arcade feel is there. God, I thought that was something shooting at me for a minute. These games where you can hold the button to shoot, it's always difficult for me to come to grips with it. Oh, that's decorative. Decent music, decent tune. Now, I prefer like a ability. Oh God, can I hit those? I guess I can. Oh, jeez, that was kind of weird. Oh no! Son of a gun. Try that again. Just a quick bounce back. That sucks. That's very rare that I get one of these to crack. Alright, let's get back. Well, I was doing so well the first time. I knew I was boned. I really like the look of it. It's a lot more, the sprites are more, they're beefier than you would normally see in a game like this. It's twice that's got me. I mean, this is an advanced game. I mean, this is a shooter, an advanced shooter. Well, I'm not advanced. This is an advanced shooter for someone who knows what they like. I mean, it's got they've put some work in. Unlike myself, I am horrible. I'm going to try it again here. Okay. See if we can not die. Nope. Nope, we've got to die. Let's try it again. Horrible. I'm an embarrassment. I apologize. Alright, here we go. See, that's like, I love to shoot those, but I don't do very well with them. You're better off just shooting stuff like a normal person would. Oh God, not this time. I'm boned. Oh, I can't let it die. I'm really stunned. Oh, trying to miss on the way down. That's dirty cool. I'll tell you what I don't like. It's starting over at the beginning every single time. For someone that's not good at these games, that's a death knell. I also don't like stuff that shoots from off the screen, which is not good. Like that, for example. I'm turning the corner on R-Type 2 here, not in a good way. It's got some things in it that I don't like. Now, admittedly, this is what I did not play in the arcade. I never saw an R-Type 2 machine in the arcade. Of course, they were actual arcade machines. I did see R-Type 1 in the arcade back in the day. This is so frustrating. I don't fucking give you an accurate appraisal of this game's quality. You're good at this at shmups. But I mean, there are certain aspects of it I don't like. And by the way, I mean, I can see the entirety of the screen, so those shots are coming from way downtown. Very irritating. Here's another one. There we go. Go ahead and catch these guys early. Die. See that every time. All right. Enough of R-Type, everybody. R-Type 2. Bet your cup of tea. If that's one that you really enjoy, let me know. I'd be interested to see what you. I mean, obviously I stink, so maybe you're better at it than I am. God, I hope. I hope you were. You know, here's one. I used to play all the time in the arcade. Now, this isn't for everybody, admittedly. This one's from Atari. It's called Cyberball. It's a futuristic take on football. Now, I'll tell you, I used to play the sequel to this more than I did the actual game. But this is the one that got ported everywhere. This was got in the arcade in '88 and came out for the Amiga, the Atari ST, the C64, everything in 1990, except for the NES. But I always liked this game in the arcade. So we're going to give this one a whirl. If you're not a fan of football, some of this may be beyond you. So I like the running game. The difference in this game is basically there's only one place to get a new set of downs on the field. And if you don't make it there, your guy explodes. And as your guy takes more damage, he'll also explode. This moves a lot slower than the arcade. You'd think the Amiga could pull this off. So here we're picking plays. We'll try the trail sweep here. I try not to throw that off because it's not my strong point. So we're going to try to beat the defense here. I did not. Sometimes you can get around that linebacker. So you can see now it says the ball status is still cool. So that's okay. We didn't waste anything there. So you get, until that thing says critical, we're fine. So we're going to see. Okay, so we're going to get some action here. There we go. And now we made some yardage. Now we got to get past that yellow line to take the ball back. So we're still in cool. So it's really given us a lot of opportunity here. This is one of my favorite plays. You can see the team funds down there. You can use those to upgrade your players or fix guys that are smoking, for example. See, I kind of delayed there. So we should probably be in warm right now. Yeah. So option play means you could run or pass. Let's try this one. Spin out. The colors in this are god-awful. All the home versions are god-awful. And even the arcade colors work great, if I'm honest. We deflected that one. So, like I said, I think it was the 2097 or something like that, the sequel to this, that I thought they did. It was just a better effort. And it's really just sort of an upgrade. This is one of those cabinets you could get that had that supported 2 sets of 2 people. So you could actually have 4 people playing 2 teams of 2, and that was always a good time. You can see how quickly so the ball is critical here. I have to get past that yellow line or someone's going to die. So we're going to try to use the wide receiver here. All right, here we go. We need someone to make a mistake here. Oh, okay, he almost made it, but he exploded. So that means when he comes back in the game, he's going to be a crappier version of the same guy. He'll be made of plastic or something. So you get to pick your defense here. I've always found the quarterback to be very good at this game. I knew people that were so good at this game they could play without looking at the screen. You know, I hated those people. My buddy was like that. And he had all the plays memorized. I was never that good. I played it like a normal person. I like the one player, on the one I played the most, there's like a thing called Game Breakers where you just play by yourself. And it just gives you sort of different game situations. And if you succeed in doing what you need to have done in the situation, you get money. And if you get enough money, you go to the next round. And it was a lot of fun. But this version didn't have it. Let's see here. Let's try Blitz. I usually get burned here. So there he goes, out of bounds. So this should be warm now. There we go. It's funny, these games but eventually it became a pretty high-scoring affair. So now we know he's getting desperate to pass, so we'll start putting in some stuff to keep the passes from happening. Now the problem is that when I try to cover a pass, inevitably I screw myself. So, but I don't think I'm going to get screwed this time. That was yeah, he got sacked. So the ball, now they're in deep, deep trouble. So we're going to go into long coverage, and we will go into nickel. If you know something about football, it helps. Some teams have special plays. The new one's got a lot more character, too. You see the coaches and stuff. It makes it a lot more fun. So, man, a quarterback is just okay, so now he's in deep trouble. So all we've got to do is keep him from hitting the receivers here, and we can take it. So we're almost the third period. All right, so let's do that again. I think we can get him here. Okay, he's got two guys in the flat here. So as long as we don't give up a deep pass, and we did not. Oh, it was an interception by me. That's great. That means we got the ball again. So now the bad thing is no one on their team exploded. That's one of the advantages of doing that. Let's see if we can score something here. I played this not to where I should be. Now they're going to beam me a new player out. Eventually. Well, maybe not. Okay, so I got a wide open guy, and we're off. We're going to score. Oh, God. Normally, you won't get that. So now we try to... Now, normally, you like to pass on this extra point because you don't want to get one of your guys blown up for just 2 points. So, my God, I don't know why it's doing that. Stop. That's not good, yeah. All right, so now we're back on defense. We'll finish the game up here since we're so far in. I like this nickel blitz. Yeah. The quarterback doesn't seem as competent as the arcade version because we're not having that much trouble. And I noticed there were no difficulty levels. So I guess this is what you've got. There's no league or seasons. They didn't really take the game that far. Which they could have. I always wonder why they didn't, really. I think this was a pretty big hit for Atari. I used to see these everywhere, and people played them all the time. So I always wonder why this didn't make more of a splash at home. I don't think Atari knew how to properly put together like a home sports package in terms of a game that would be based on this property, which is a shame because I think they've got something here. And after the sequel to this, as far as I know, that was the last of it. I mean, I will say they ported this to a lot of different machines, but so few people even know about this game, especially if you're not American. I don't think this would have been a big success in Europe, for example, but maybe. I mean, it's not real. You don't really have to know anything about football to play it. You know, it's just, I mean, it tells you. It's not like there's a big, huge playbook or anything. So I've got to cover this receiver. This is where I can get myself in trouble. Out of bounds, though. So he's in deep, deep trouble now. I think a half is good enough. At halftime, normal, you'll go in and you'll repair your robots and do that sort of thing. But I think that's good enough for that one. So that was Cyberball. That's a fun one, I think. I've always enjoyed it. Let's try another one here. Let me get this thing back out to the menu. Like I said, I had so many of these before that we didn't get to. I was like, man, I got to do another collection of these to try them out. And so I thought this is a good weekend to go to whirl. So, back to it. Next on the docket here, you know, this is a game I never ever saw in the arcade. I heard a lot more about it at home. And it's called Dragon Spirit. Dragon Spirit. I don't think I ever saw this in the arcade. There were a few Dragon games. I get them confused, but I don't think I saw this one. This one came out in 1987 in the arcade and didn't make it to the Amiga until 89. This is another one that got a... It's funny, these are kind of lower, less-known games. They get a lot of ports. I mean, someone was playing them, but it wasn't me. I can tell you that right now. This was developed by Namco, by the way. And there you go. I've not played this. Oh, that's nice. I like that. They give you a list of the various items you can pick up. I'll never memorize those. Let's see if we can fire this thing up. Loading next level. Okay. And we're off. My God, they start you off hot. I guess that's a cloud. I was trying to shoot it. Okay, boy, I can see a couple problems right now. Number one, the guy at the bottom of the screen actually takes up room on the screen. Look at that. Like, you can't... That sucks. That I do not like. Whoa! Okay, well, good Lord. I lost my head. So you start out with all the heads, and eventually you'll lose some as you die. That's a neat gimmick. That is baffling that they made that decision. Shoot. Really? That they would put that dragon over the screen? Honestly, that is one of the dumber things I've ever seen. That is real stupid. Man, this right here is also so tough. Good God. Jiminy Christmas. That is difficult. I guess you're meant to have more heads by the time you get there and not lose them all like I did. Holy smokes. See, look at that. You couldn't even see that fire. You can see down at the bottom of the screen. Okay, we really could use that. Nope. And I don't like that either. The pickup's flying sideways. That's dirty pool, too. Man, it's interesting that you can actually clip these guys on the ground. I like I mean, it's a good look. I can't get over that, how stupid that is. I'm going to look some reviews up on this and see if they mention that. They've got to. I mean, that is unbelievably stupid. I just can't believe it. I've seen some dumb crap. So is this a dragon in dinosaur times? Is that the gimmick here? God. You get a good amount of lives. You also get, at least I'm getting rapid fire, which I just noticed, so. I guess it's sort of like a Zaxxon game. I wonder if this had two buttons in the arcade. One for bombing and one for shooting, one would wonder. I'd forgive the dragon if you could, like, hide back there. That would be okay. Those trees are swaying in the breeze down there. Oh, those trees are shooting. Is that... Okay. I did not expect that either. Oh, there's feathers. And there I go. At least I didn't have to start over. I'd call the difficulty on this lots. I mean, that's... They throw you in feet first into the lava where it doesn't matter which side goes in first. Oh, God. Okay, I picked up better shooting. That's some weird shooting right there. Holy smokes. Let's see if we can kill some stuff. This is the best chance we've had to not get slaughtered by these ground forces. And that's bizarre. I mean, it does definitely fills up the screen with shots. That made a huge difference. Let's see if we can take these guys out on the ground. What is that? Oh, God! Oh, come on. Oh, it made me start over. You can see at the bottom, you get 5 lives. That's an odd way to do it. Just when you lose, you're gone. I kind of like the head gimmick, but I mean... There we go, got all of our heads back. I'm sure there's a strategy to maybe just rush these guys so you don't get hit by the other ones. They can't seem to come up this far up in the screen. I mean, you got to give them credit for being original. A dragon-based vertical shooter. There can't be too many of them. And I will say the dragon at the bottom of the screen, it blocks your view. At least it looks cool. I mean, I'll give it that. Not this time. And if you can, the longer you can keep all this firepower, the easier this game is. I'm doing a lot better than I did the first time. Oh! Oh, that sucks. I guess it makes you harder to hit, but I lost all that firepower. I don't know if that's permanent or... Because that I don't like. Maybe that's a punishment. Maybe that's something maybe you're not supposed to get here and pick up. Look at that. One shot and I'm down. That sucks. Mental note, don't pick up the S's. God. And now the pain starts. Jeez. You don't want to run out of jack here. And you don't get any sort of grace period either. Once you start out, you're gone. Jeez. I don't like my chances, folks. I don't think I've played this in the arcade, so having not played it, I would call that probably a decent version of that. That is the old-fashioned dragon spirit. I mean, you know, I want to look in the magazine of the time real quick, if you'll indulge me. And I want to see what they thought about that gimmick at the bottom of the screen. I gotta know. I'm on Lemon. Lemon has this game ranked as a 4.74. So they were not fans. I'm looking at the ratings here. The magazines, Amiga Format 67, Amiga Joker 65, AUI 8 out of 10. I've always noticed AUI is pretty nice about their ratings. Let's look at the Amiga format. I always trust what they say. Let's see here. I'm looking to see what they said here. Those things you pick up are eggs. That's what gives you the health. And they finally judge us. That's fun. 67%. They seem to like it okay. 67% is not too bad for them. So, I mean, this thing was all over the map. But I don't know. You judge for yourself. It didn't do it for me. I didn't like that. Wasn't a fan of that gimmick there with the jar. But, I mean, it could have been, the actual game itself was kind of fun. I like the fact that they thought outside the box. So, the next one we're going to try, here's another arcade game. I don't know if I ever saw one back in the day. But I believe this was a sequel or an update to Blasteroids. And it was called Blasteroids. I don't know if I ever saw a cabinet of this either. So we'll find out. This was out in the arcade in 87. That seems to be the sweet spot for a lot of these games, that 87, 88, 89 corridor. And this came out on the Amiga several years later in 1989. So let's give this one a whirl. Okay. Giving us a scoop here. Turn it down a little bit. All right. Good enough for me. Let's go to the easy warp. Okay, so, all right, looks pretty familiar. You got your 3D asteroids, and you've got your ship is a little bit different. If you push up, thrust, which is pretty standard from back in the Atari 2600 days. Okay, I just hit down and got heavy armor. So I guess you could, by switching your, yeah. So you're switching ships here, it looks like, when you hit down. That's interesting. I was wondering if they had like a hyperspace. Oh, I see, you've got an energy bar out there, so when you get hit, you just take damage. Okay, so this looks like a pretty... They didn't reinvent the wheel here, but they added some stuff. So, we get to pick where we go. Okay, oh, okay. They've got some digitized backgrounds. That's nice. Oh, took that one. Back out here. I noticed it's not me. Are those power-ups that are still left? I should probably pick those up. I was wondering why it was doing that. That's what it was. Let's go here with the UFO. Oh, there he is. He's tougher this time. Okay, we got the heavy duty ship. There we got him. Oh, there's another one. So once you kill all the asteroids, they sort of make you leave. It's trying to get me to leave anyway. I'm fighting it. That's interesting. They'll let you hang out. Let's go with that one. This thing doesn't fire as quickly as the smaller ones. It's not, it doesn't handle as well either. So I guess it's interesting that it lets you trade ships like on the fly. I noticed this gives you credits, so I guess you can't just beat this game at your leisure. You have to actually earn it. I'm cool with that. There we go. I mean, it's okay. It looks like it's got simultaneous 2-player, which is nice. I guess let's go down here. It's funny, and recently we've seen some attempts to update Asteroids, and some of them have been okay. Asteroids, one of the better versions of Asteroid was actually on the old, it was actually on the old 2600, because you had so many versions you could play on there. It's a lot like Space Invaders. They just gave you a lot. People didn't like the look of the 2600 version, but I mean, I thought it was, it played quite nicely. So let's go to the, I want to see what's in the, wait a minute. Oh, I can't get there. Well, let's see if we... I don't know why it's not letting us out of here. Let's see if we can bust through this real quick. Oh! Looks like the UFOs just sort of keep coming out. I'd like to get... I don't know what that is, but I kind of want it. I guess I can't have it. I think that's a part. See if I can get over here to get to it. I guess you could even get killed trying to get to this thing. Oh, jeez. We got 2 Mr. ones up there. It's odd that I wonder how I have to get out of here. I guess I have to get rid of all these asteroids. Oh, look at that. I like the digitized background. Digitized background's a nice idea. Of course, the original didn't have any background. Just had the, of course, it did have the awesome mirrored overlay gimmick that was so prevalent in some of those early vector games. Trying to collect one of those goodies here. Shoot, almost had them. Oh, well. What? What killed me? Ah! Dadgummit. Blasteroids. Not bad. I'd call that okay. I mean, they didn't do anything super annoying, so I thought that was okay. Was it better than the original Asteroids? Your mileage may vary. That's your thing to decide. How about a sports title, everybody? That might be kind of fun. So... a lot of people don't know this was an arcade game, but it was. It's a Konami game. And it's called Blades of Steel. It came out all the way back in 1987. Another one. And I believe the Amiga version was in 89. This is another one that got ported everywhere. Yeah, no, Amiga got it in 90, so it took several years. This was a real big game on the Nintendo. This looks like, just looking at the color scheme, not so good. Looks like CGA or something to me right there. It's asking for a password, really. Let's see what happens here. Well, I'm not 100% sure what I'm supposed to do here. See if we can get some. See if I can get some help. Let's give this a whirl. Jackpot! All right, we're in. So we got 1 or 2 players here. No sound at all here. Let's see if they crank up the sound. There we go. We'll just do an exhibition. Junior. Gosh. Limited amount of cities here. Let's go with Edmonton. We'll make it an all-Canadian affair and take on Montreal. And we're off. That's cute. I like that. I don't know if people will watch hockey these days. By the way, congratulations to Florida, who just captured their 2nd Stanley Cup in a row. Although it does seem sacrilegious to have a team from Florida win the Stanley Cup. But That's where we're at now. Everybody has a team. Even the people in the desert. Okay, so it looks like I am the red and green team. And I've instantly given up a goal. Wow. My cat's throwing a fit. Let's try that again. I didn't know which team I was in my defense, so now I'm aware. Thank you. Let's see if I can do better. Okay. Get out of there. Oh, no. No, no. Okay, I'll get her 2 goals. This time, I got it. My guy's throwing another hissy fit. This is not bad. I mean, in terms of what was available at the time. Although, by 88 or 89, one would think that we could maybe surpass this. The Amiga seems to get a lot of these sort of what I would consider conversions from the past that are questionable. This is probably one of them. The magazines are always all over this. They always complain about it because they want new stuff. Oh, hold on! Oh, I fell down. No. At least I had a shot on goal, and then I fell down. Oh, here we go. I was hoping that would happen. I'm getting crushed. Oh, I can't win at anything. That guy was in the crease. No! I passed it right to him. I was a big hockey fan for a couple years in the 90s when I got behind the New Jersey Devils for a few years. But I don't know. Something happened. You know, it's funny. They had, when I lived in Kentucky, we had, when I lived in Huntington, we had a hockey team, semi-pro team. They were called the Huntington Blizzards. And it was fun to go see them play at the Huntington Civic Center. I would go there, and it was great. And then but ultimately I left town, and eventually they moved away. And then in Lexington, we had a team called the Thoroughblades. And the Thoroughblades were a lot of fun to see, too. I used to have a lot of fun going at Rupp Arena and watching the Thoroughblades play. And then they left. And so there was no hockey for a while. And then we had an arena football team. I can't remember the name of the arena football team we had. But I watched them for a while, and then they left. And arena football, I thought, sucked, by the way. And the reason I didn't think it was very good was because in football, when you get the ball, it's in your head to run to the sidelines. And in Rupp Arena, at least, I couldn't see the players. Once they were at the sidelines, they were gone. And so you could never see what happened. And it was a real bummer. So I miss hockey. And I think when we lost local hockey, it really sort of destroyed my interest. The UK Wildcats, which is the big, I'm done with this, is the big hockey team in college around here for the University of Kentucky. Got me back into hockey briefly because they had these sexy hockey calendar posters that they sold of UK alumni that were went on to be big stars. And I had some of those. Now I remember once I bought them, I was like, man, these are great. I bought a ton of them and sold them on eBay, and I made this one of my many, many scams over the years. They were legit posters, but I'd mark them up to the nines. Legit posters of hot, sexy University of Kentucky alumnus that posted this hockey calendar. So hey, whatever you can do to make a buck, right? Here's something that's an anomaly that you might not know. Everyone loves Street Fighter 2, right? It's everybody's favorite, and I'm right there with you. I love that game when it came out, and still love it. It's a great game. However, it wasn't the first Street Fighter, not by a long shot. We had the original Street Fighter that came out in '87, And guess who got a port of the original Street Fighter? The good old Amiga did. Let's have a look at it. The Amiga, again, playing an arcade game from 87. Amiga got a port early in 88. And this game is widely regarded as garbage, the arcade version. And so you can only imagine what the Amiga version is going to look like. I will say, if you know anything about fighting game lore, I watch a show called The Worst Fighting Game Ever. And they actually mentioned this game on the show because one of the games they covered was a game from Tiertex that's renowned for its horribleness. And this game, Tiertex, this was a pretty big hit on the Amiga, if you can believe it. And Tiertex wanted to do a Street Fighter 2. And Capcom was like, nah, we're not just going to put out something that, just let you guys put anything out you want. So Tiertex went ahead and made their own game that was a Street Fighter-like. And it's god-awful. This, if you ever played this in the arcade, the buttons were real. It had one of the gimmicks was it had a button on it that you could hit. It was a big, huge button that you could hit that would register different levels of pressure. Eventually, they did away with this. I don't know if that ever made it to America, the big, weird button. But this game, I guess it did enough sales. Oh, crap. I can't believe that. This game did just enough, I guess, to merit a second Street Fighter game, which, of course, they learned a few lessons. It is funny that the lore from Street Fighter still, Ryu and Sagat, those guys are still around, so, they were here. I guess Joe didn't make the cut. There's a few of these guys that didn't get in. There we go. A lot of jumping. If you ever play Yar Kung Fu, which is a fun arcade game, one of the games that is first considered a fighting game, Yar Kung Fu has a ton of jumping in it. Like bouncing around like an idiot. That's what your guy does. He just jumps around like a maniac. That's sort of the way I'm playing this. I mean, you can just run around like a crazy man. I don't know if these guys have any sort of special moves, to be honest with you. Again, I'm no professional at this game. I've played it a few times. I will tell you that, I mean, given what you had to work with here, this is the worst. I mean, it's not the worst fighting game I've ever played on the Amiga. Let's see how we can do here. I was wondering how stupid these guys were. Could I just sit here and do this? Let's see how dumb they are. They seem pretty dumb. I'm not terribly surprised by how dumb they are, frankly. What strength? Your sweep's impenetrable. Here we go. Oh, look at the graphic. Look at, now here's Birdie. He made the cut. He eventually got to Street Fighter Alpha. Although he was I believe he was a Thai boxer and not a weird British street thug. No, wait, what was Birdie? Maybe he was a bit weird, but I'm getting Birdie confused with the Don. So I apologize. So yeah, Birdie, although he still looks a little bit different. I'll tell you what, for a big, mean-looking guy, let's see if he'll fall for the same routine. By the way, there's no better way to advertise your junk shop than just writing junk over every wall, every ceiling. Junk, junk, junk. This did not come out in everything, but it came out in a lot of stuff. This is for the last hurrah for fighting games. A lot of the 8-bits got it. Another one. I mean, I guess there was a time where you just ported everything that you'd release in the arcade. Like, you just assumed it was going to work. Because who was clamoring for this? It's baffling to me. Maybe this was a bigger hit than I think it was somewhere. I mean, this came out on like, there's a DOS port of this. There's an Amstrad port. Eagle. What's he got? Oh, there's Tonfa? I think they are. Let's see if it makes a difference. For a guy with Tonfa, he sure runs a lot. There they are. Look at that old-timey car. What time frame we're in, now that I think about it. Man. I'm waiting for him to do it. I'm just going to go get him. There it is. No one can defeat the sweep of death. I kind of want to get to the end just so I can say I beat it. Or die trying. I assume this doesn't have throws. I'll tell you, that sweep is dynamite. You're okay as long as you don't jump into his twirling Tonfa, like a spin attack. I got a set of Tonfa. Actually, I got one Tonfa. I lost one. I never have figured out where it went. Tonfa's like a long club. Well, not long, a short club with a little other club sitting on top of it. Oh, horrible. Oh, here comes Lee. Okay, the money exchanger. Lee looks like he's carrying a razor. like he's gonna shave. I don't know if it's a weapon or that. I think it's just his shirt, but it looks like he's carrying like a Gillette Insta razor. Clearly, even the Chinese have not understood a way to beat the deadly sweep. There it is. Nothing can stop it. Sweep of death. Right in front of the money changer. Stay off the steps of that place. If you read the Bible, anyway. Oh. Again, I almost feel guilty. But it's sort of funny. Oh. The guy moves pretty good, though. You're losing this fight. I just don't seem to be able to attack low. It's crazy. That's weird. Of course, it's the Achilles heel, no pun intended, of a lot of fighting games. Jid's another guy that came back. He's another one. It's like a trip down memory lane. Of course, these guys radically changed. Oh, he's in deep trouble now. Man, when you get inside on those sweeps and the guy doesn't move, you can just crush him. See if I can get in there again and do that. That was cool. Keep coming in, Jen, you idiot. Come on. One more should do it. He does have a low kick. I just saw it. Well, we're running out of countries here. Thailand. Oh, okay. Oh, it gets worse every time I do it. Retsu. Okay. Graphics on this aren't bad. I mean, you could. The thing is, the graphics and stuff are there. You could have done something with this if you'd wanted to. But like I said, they didn't do anything in the arcade, so that's the problem with some of these conversions. Some of these games weren't that great to begin with, and you bring them home. It's like a crappy game came home. Oh, in the groin, in the throat. Oh, what a beating. Can't believe this guy came back for more. Man, when you get inside on these on the computer, they're bone. Come on. So he keeps walking in, dummy. Oh! Come on. It's also the wondering. It's hard to determine exactly how to throw punches and kicks. I know after I've gone through this, you'd think I'd be great at it, but it's very strange. Geki. This guy's got ninja claws. He is not being subtle with them either. Oh, special ninja maneuvering. Now we've got an interesting character here. We'll see if that makes a difference. It did not. This is the last guy, and I'm going to move on. But I sadly, this is as far as I've ever played of this game. So I'm kind of wondering what happens. Oh, it's got shuriken too. I got kicked out of my first ever apartment by the landlord came by one day, and I was tossing throwing stars at my apartment door. He was not happy. That was the end of me. That's a bad year. Okay, this guy's turned it up a notch. Go ahead, ninja boy. Can you defeat that? Come on. Get your best in. There it is. There you go. There's more characters in this than I would have thought, I'll be honest. I know Sagat's in here somewhere. Oh, God. Oh, I have no idea how that works. Ah, here we go. So this should be a Don and Sagat. But we'll call it right there. I don't think anybody looks at set team more of that. So that is Street Fighter, the original game from Capcom. They can't all be winners from Capcom. So there you go. How about a game where you fly around? Let's see something here that's got some flying. Here's one. This one, I'll be honest with you, I don't remember this in the arcade or at home, but it is, in fact, an arcade game. Let me look it up here. This is from 1988, and it's called P37, or P47 Thunderbolt. This one came out in 88. The Amiga port did not get here until 90. So let's see what we got here with this one. I know literally nothing about this. This one was Jalico. Oh gosh, it did not give you any time to start. I was looking at the stats, it got insta-killed. So this is a one-button special, of course. It's got automatic rapid fire. It's got automatic bombing, too. So you have to pick up the bombs. You can't hit the wall. At least you don't lose your power up. Oh, God. What if you bomb that guy? It's a little stiff, if I'm honest. It just feels a little stiff to me. And by stiff, I mean it doesn't move great. The graphics aren't what I would call top shelf. Like, it looks like it's trying to be like a silkworm, but it is no silkworm, sir. But I mean, it's not the worst. I'm not the best at it. That's for sure. Let's have a look at the stats on this. So this is the toughest plane in the war. Side-scrolling, take on hordes of bad guys. 2 players at once. That's not bad. We'll try that again. I didn't see no menus or any sorts to. I like the photos. It's nice about the loading screens. I mean, it starts off. I mean, this is a tough way to start your game. Your plane is real slow, too. Oh, God. I mean, it's real. That's real slow. I'm guessing you can get faster. God. I'm sucking. Of course, you got the power-ups here. Jeez Louise. That's why they call them the 20 minuters. Not in World War II, but still. I wish I could last 20 minutes of this game. If I get out in the open for a minute, maybe I can get my bearings here. You sort of don't want to lull too far back because it just gives your enemies room to... Can't get that. Shoot. I guess there's no, did he get my name in that time? Oh, I guess I did. Here, we're not going to enter a score for that. Let's try it one more time. Let me really pay attention this time. This is the time right here. All right. Let me just get out of this mess immediately. Let me see if I can find somewhere to go. I mean, oh! I always wished I was somebody that could actually play games like this and, like, actually have success. It would be so much fun to be that good at games. You know, it's funny how many people I know that play games who are no good at them. You know, or like, and it doesn't dull the experience for them. But I like to have a little bit of success. You know, it's otherwise it gets depressing. It's like, why do I suck so bad? You know, and I will say, doing a show on the Amiga for the past 10 years has been humbling to what I thought were halfway decent game playing abilities. Week after week of getting crushed by everything that we play. And the Amiga is a harsh mistress when it comes to game difficulty. And I don't have bombs right now. What? Oh, okay. Well, there you go. That might be why I never heard of that one, everybody. There you go, though. That was P47 Thunderbolt. Another overlooked arcade port. Overlooked by who? No one knows. Here's one. Now, I don't know how overlooked this is, but I had heard of this arcade game. And this game, I'm trying to think if me and Bo even we may have covered this. We may have covered a game like it. But it's a game that is, I think, fairly well known. It's called Power Drift. Power Drift. Power Drift, published by Sega, developed by Sega. This time came out in the arcade in 88. Amiga got a port in 89, along with a whole slew of people. This went everywhere from, think about, this game appeared on both DOS, the MSX, the Amstrad CPC, and ran all the way up to the Sega Saturn. So, there's a trivia question for you. How many Amstrad CPC games also appeared on the Saturn? There can't be that many. Let's give this a whirl. Alright, here we go. We want to use the joystick. Although, now, when they ask you that, it makes me worried. Okay. control by mouse, control by... Okay, so that's fine. Click a mouse button to start. What did I just say? I don't want the mouse. Hold on. I guess I gotta let it get back to that screen. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. Now we're picking our... We'll just start at A here. That's an interesting way to start. All right. Well, this is... Oh, my God. Hold on to that thought here. Let me see if I can fix it. All right. I got it. Let's rock and roll. Holy smokes, is this slow? Oh, God. Oh. Oh, man. So you can see at the top, I'm supposed to be switching gears. Oh. Oh. This is no good. I'd say uncontrollable. And we've got to look at the reviews on this. I mean, this is the worst. I'm going to try this with the mouse here in a second. The joystick. And look how short the laps are. They knew it was no good. Just, you can see the joystick, the button puts it in lower high. Oh my God. I'm going to try the mouse to see if that makes it any better. I'm going to be using my wireless tank mouse. I've used this thing many times on the show. Oh gosh, no, we don't want to continue that game. That was unmentionably bad. Okay, so we're going to come over here, and then we're going to change that. Okay, so now we should be on mouse. And yes, we are. Okay. Let's try a different track. Let's try C, the beach. Okay, so I've got the mouse down here. I don't know what's that. That is, I guess that's supposed to be cute, but it's... Okay, one... Oh, God. So one mouse button controls the gas. Believe it or not, this is better, but it's still just the dirt worst. This should be on some worst games of all time list right here. This is an abomination. Oh my God. It's so much better now, and it's still horrible. I love the tracks are so tiny. I mean, you could monkey with the mouse sensitivity, but man, I don't know. Oh God, you can't turn a curve when you're going in fast. Are you kidding me? All right, we gotta look up some. I gotta look up what the score on limit is for this one. That is just it's horrible. Wow. Every once in a while, something comes along. Yeah, this has I'm surprised that limit gives us a 4.87. I mean, does anyone... I'm looking at who gave this a high score amongst the chatters. Nobody. Where the heck did it get that? Here, one guy says, everything is great here. It is? I don't... And here's another guy that liked it. I guess there's one in every crowd. Amiga Action gave this a 29 in 1992, but they gave it an 83 and 89. Look at these scores. Amiga Computing 88. Amiga Format 92. Hell, even the Joker gave this 79%. What am I missing here? That's the dirt worst. The dirt worst. I don't condone it. No good. Will not play again. Holy smokes, that's bad. If someone out there can stand up for power drift, I'd like to see you get into it. That sucked. That sucked real bad. Here's another one. You know what everybody likes? I know what I like, and it's ninjas. Ninjas are cool. A cool outfit, claws, smoke bombs, whole 9 yards. So when there's a ninja game out there, I'm down. And there's one out here that I never played before. At least I don't remember playing it. And it's an arcade coin op for the Amiga, named Ninja Spirit. Ninja Spirit was released in the arcade in '88, and on the Amiga in '90, along with a whole slew of other machines, including the C64, the Wii U, something called the Black Nut. I don't even know what that is. The Switch. This is all over the place. I've never played this in the arcade that I'm aware of, but we will give it a shot. We'll see how the Amiga version stands up here. It's got to be better than Power Drift. That was horrible. Okay. Here we go. Okay, that's cool. Okay. So you jump, and then when you hit the button, you have to sword these suckers. Look at that. So you get one hit, you're down. And he swings the sword. Is there another way to swing the sword that way? No. Oh, you can actually swing the sword downward. You know, I love old karate movies. Oh, I picked up a goodie here. Oh, man. What if I have to go that way? I do. Alright, you always have to check. I hate his forward swing. I will say that. God. The graphics on this are real washed out, which that tells me we're in Port Town. Port for another system. Look at this, Stab Wars. There we go. At least I killed that guy. I've been wanting to do that. You know, Boat is a master swordsman. A lot of people don't know that, but I mean, I'm not lying. Like, Boat's a high-level belt in sword fighting. And so I'd like to have him look at this guy's technique and judge him. Glitch in there. I didn't see what got me that time. Let's see what the story is behind this game. You're playing a guy called Moonlight through numerous enemy-ridden levels on a quest to exact revenge against his father's murder. It didn't work out well for Shenmue, pal. The home versions don't have passwords or saves. It says here it's got adjustable difficulty levels. Let's see if we can find out how to get to them. Because I would like to adjust mine now, sir. So far, I've not seen any place to do those. Maybe some versions have it and some versions don't have it. I guess we don't have it. I want to see something here. You notice at the bottom of the screen you got shurikens and stuff down there. I want to see if maybe if I hit the space bar or something, I can like pick weapons. That'd be cool. Okay, here I am. Oh, yeah, you can. Oh, that's way better. Okay, so I've got now we've got shurikens. Of course, here's the problem. You got to do the space bar on that, and that's no good. Let's try it again. Something else is if you don't clip these guys, you're boned. This might be sort of fun. I can't quite tell. I mean, I like right now you can. I don't think there's a way to actually shoot that guy. And if these guys get past you, you're boned because they'll sword you. Oh, I upgraded. That'll help. Ninjas up. Okay, did you see that? They appeared up there. That's kind of neat. They're appearing like out of the background. It's kind of cool. Shoot, I couldn't get to that guy. I knew I was boned. Do I keep my power up at least? Heck no. You never get to keep them. Oh, God. Well, that might be kind of fun. I'm not gonna lay any judgment down on that either. Ninja Spirit. Let's see how that one did on Lemon while we're here. So the people at Lemon give this a 5.5. And the magazines, looks like the average rating was 69%. Amiga Action sort of killed it. I mean, it's like the big ones that were not fans. So, did not do well. It's interesting, it's an IRAM game. IRAM, of course, did Moon Patrol, which we covered recently. Moon Patrol better than Ninja Spirits, I will have to say. My personal opinion. Let's roll on here. Plenty more. If you don't like that, there's always another one. Here's one. We covered this in the show. I want to pick it again because I don't think anybody knows about it hardly. So, like, everyone loves Spy Hunter, right? That's a great game. And everyone laments, boy, we could have Spy Hunter on the Amiga. It's here right now. It's called Major Motion. It's a clone. And a good clone, too. The fellows that did this at Microdeal came over from the Coco. That's the person they worked on. I think they worked on Time Bandit as well. So the only downside of this is you have to use the keyboard to call your various functions. So much like in the arcade. So like, see that thing? It's just lighting up. There's the truck. Let me get in here and get a weapon. Oh shoot! No! Okay, he'll come back. Dadgummit. I knew that guy was going to clip me. So this is a real accurate version with some added goodies thrown in. But it's the only one I've seen. Dadgummit. It's the only one I've seen that gives you individual buttons for the different weapons. And that sort of like makes the game a lot more fun. The downside is you have to use the keyboard to get them. My keyboards are not at the best spot, admittedly. Dadgummit. I'm going to get in that truck yet. This is not the best spot either, but we'll take care of these guys. But this has the boat, the whole 9 yards. There he is. You can see that, you know, in the arcade, the Spy Hunter had like a whole console that you use. So I'm gonna hit L here, and there it is. You can see I hit the L button and I got my smoke screen. So I've got 2 more left. So that's fun. That's the fun part. If you rig this up right, like for example with your Mister or whatever, and a joystick sort of like this one, you could actually rig all this stuff to your joystick and have it on there. Like you've got ice. Like I said, a lot of this stuff was left out on most home ports. A lot of the home ports of this game sucked. I mean, let's be honest. Didn't like them. This is way better. A lot of them are missing vehicles. I don't think this has the assassination guy. But I think it's got pretty much everything else. Oh man, I barely made it. And you get it. They correctly got the sense of the right speed on this too. So now I'm going to have multiple weapons. So now I can shoot down the helicopter, which is cool. If I can not get killed, and also it's going to be impossible given my current proximity to the keyboard. But you get the picture. You also had, I don't know if you noticed it, I'll restart here. I think you got a weapon in this. I don't remember being in the arcade. I could be wrong. It's been so long since I played this in the arcade. But there's a sort of a sonic weapon that blows other guys off the road. It's the K. And you can see how the weapon. I think you can even program where you want these are on the keyboard. I mean, it's got a lot of options. So that's our original truck. We need the other truck. See different ground there. Oh, Oh, I got lucky there, big time. Get off me. They do not want me to get in that. And if you shoot the good other people, you get trouble. All right, here we go. We got missiles again. A little bit early. Oh, right on cue. There he was. I'd love to missile that guy. I like how the cars sort of they come back like they're in the order that you saw them. The arcade did that too. So long. This game was great. The cockpit version, or even just this regular stand-up cabinet was great, and it's because it had extra lights and stuff so there were physical identifiers for the various weapons. That made it. I always thought that was a lot more fun. I like games that have like actual gauges or actual like special LEDs. I don't know what killed me there. I'll tell you another one that had that stuff was Turbo, Monaco GP. I think was the name of it. There's another one that had it. Like a lot of the older games had them. My own truck almost knocked me off. There we go. What are we getting this time? Missiles again. There's no order to these things that I know of. Shoot. But I put clones in the list here because on the Coco, for example, where I grew up, arcade clones were all we had. And sometimes the clones were way better than the actual official ports. It happened too many times to be a fluke. There we go. Oh, here we go. I'm going to turn that thing on. Oh, I didn't get to use it. Damn it. Anyway, if you're looking for a nice game of Spy Hunter, Major Motion, that's the ticket. That's one of my recommendeds right there. I'm a big fan of that one. Let's go into the realm of the unknown here with something that I'm not super familiar with. Let's try. So here is another one that was from Atari, I believe. I remember seeing this in the arcade, and I don't think I ever put a quarter in it. Shows you how much appeal there was to it for me. Let me look up the date on this thing. I believe this is an Atari. It was. And so this one is called Vindicators. Vindicators. So I believe it's a tank game. This came out in 88 in the arcade, 89 on the Amiga, and of course the usual suspects. It's always the same stuff. They say the Tangent Empire are preparing to attack the Earth with their convoy of tanks. There are 3 sub-levels on each station. You have to go through these things and blow up the tanks. So that sounds good enough to me. Give this one a whirl. I don't think I've ever played this on the Amiga. I think we recognize that, though. I think we saw something from them earlier. Okay, let's see what we've got here. So it's multiplayer. Well, that's nice. That might make it fun. Do I have any of this stuff? I do. So you sort of customize your tank. That's fun. Let's really crank up the speed here. This looks pretty good, I have to say. So I guess we're supposed to roll through here and just destroy as much as we can. Speed on the shot's not good, but of course, I didn't pick that up. It controls like combat. If you ever played combat on the Atari, I've made my guy so fast that he actually is kind of difficult to. And once he gets going, okay. Can I destroy these things? One would wonder. I guess not. Let's go around them or through them. And you can see my stats at the bottom. Something's up there. Something tells me I should have got more armor. You can see my thing starting to go in the fridge. Oh, where you go? There's the key. Oh! Oh, okay, I get multiple. Let's just get up here and see if I can get out. I don't know exactly the other rules here. Oh, I see an opening. Okay. Man, I wish I... Now I really wish I'd... Alright. So there you go. Okay. This looks good. I will say I do like the look of it. Controls are a little tough. Like I said, I don't know if it's just because I sped my tank up so much and made it tougher. Whoa, look at that. This is like Tron action here. I can't tell where these guys are coming from. Oh, dang. Those things do a ton of damage. What, oh, we're getting stars here. I think it might be for use in upgrading, but I'm not sure. Man, look how quick I am, though. It's funny, that doesn't help you as much as you might think. Two free smart shots. Okay. Not good. You can also rapid fire. Oh, those are mines. Oh, fuel. Okay. Screw it. Let's just go. Oh. There might be something to this one. I remember the arcade game. I believe it had a big cabinet, or like a big multiplayer cabinet. I remember thinking it like looked intimidating. You know what I mean? I hate to say that, but it's true. Oh, okay. So we get to spin more on the tank. Well, we only got two things here. Let's add to the shield. Those stars were for, yeah, I thought that's what that was. So basically, spend your initial allotment wisely. Jeez! Does that seem fair? There's probably a strategy. I mean, the game zips along, too. I will say that. Moves quite nicely. This might be a lot of fun with two people, though. I can see it. I'll have to put this on my mental list. I could do without these things. Because they really slow you down. I guess that's what the... Oh, look at that. I've gotten further than I thought I would, everyone. I will say that. Okay. Up! I don't know if I ran out of fuel, or I'm not exactly sure why I blew up right there. They probably got these stars hidden all over the place to make it give you a little bit of reason to explore. Man, I wish I hadn't spent all that money on speed. That was a big mistake. I wish I knew how the smart bombs worked. Oh, God. Yeah, I knew I was boned there. Oh, God. Oh, look at that. Secret area? Can I go in that? I can. Oh, okay. So it's like a sub-level. Oh, God. Oh, there's goodies in here, too. Okay. Now, I like that. That's kind of cool. So it made me leave. That's neat, though. What if there was another exit from there? Oh, beautiful. Oh, warp to the next level? Let's do it. Oh, wow. Look at this. So you're actually going through space doing this. That's kind of neat. Oh, man. I thought that this was going to be very short. It gives you a goodly amount of guys on this. I guess, again, I was out of fuel. I don't think I can get over there. This thing buzzes around like a hummingbird. Jeez, get in there. It's going to make me go through them. That's sort of crummy. Oh, jeez. Screw it. I need that fuel. Shoot it! Shoot it! Point blank, how are you missing? Ah, got to jump on that guy. Good grief. They could use some music. Just in time. And so little fuel, jeez. So they're gonna run me all over this place, and I'm not gonna have the key, and I'm gonna be boned. I can feel that. There's some more fuel if I can get to it in time. Yeah, I'm not hating this though. I think this is one you can put in your maybe pile. You know that it's funny. A lot of the Atari arcade stuff, they got pretty decent ports, like Escape from the Planet of Robot Monsters. I almost put that on here, but I think that was a pretty well-known one. And there we go. That's the end of me. Still, I enjoyed that. That's not bad. And right here, you can see that there was some setup stuff that we didn't even try. So that might make it a little bit more challenging or more fun for you. That was Vindicators. I wonder what the people at Lemon thought of this one. Just for fun, I'm going to have a quick look. So, man, they did not like it. 4.41. This is a lower score than Power Drift, which is stunned. Man, just that people just hated that one. The magazines gave it an average rating of 80, so not too awful bad. But it did not get over at all with the Lemon crowd. So we played a game last week that was very similar to Kicks. I was surprised that they made a port of this for the Amiga, but let's give this a whirl. I was a big fan of Kicks in the arcade. I hate that screen because it always shows Map Mania, and you never get Map Mania. Okay, now I've played this on the C64, and that looks like the exact screen that I've ever seen on the C64, which tells me that this is probably something that's straight up a C64 knockoff. Okay, so here we go. Okay, joystick working. Okay. Now you should have two. Yeah, if you hold the joystick button, and so you have to hold the button. You have to hold it to get started. But once you get started, if you let it go, you'll go faster, which is good. Shoot. What you really want to do on these is go right up the middle and make little sections to capture the kicks in. I don't know what the... There we go. I would call this competent. Be my word for it. The button thing, given the fact that you've only got the one button, it's not bad. That way you can't accidentally start a line, and you can also just let go of it instantly if you want. So that's not bad. Ooh, that was close. You see, you get more money if you, or get more points if you do it slow. Let's see if we can get him in there. There we go. This game always was a rewarding game in terms of there's something about it that I always found pleasing. There's something, it sets up a chemical in my brain that I enjoy. But it could also be a frustrating game. Now we've got 2 kicks. The good thing about having 2 is if you can separate them, you can get the big points. And man, those sparks are really moving. Let's go ahead and get what we can get here. Shoot, I think we're going to finish it pretty easy. Yep. So the kicks is just sort of hung out. In the arcade, the kicks have a real hypnotic pattern to them that I don't quite see here. I'm not terribly surprised this is a straight port because it's not the hardest game to port, if I'm honest. Let's see what year this came out. I'm not even sure. That screen is god-awful. That's an abomination. But it's funny. I guess if you're looking for funny, they got that going for them. So kicks, gosh, here's something that's funny. This came out in the arcade in 1981. Oh, it's right there on the screen. And then got ported over to the Amiga in 89. Of course, this one went everywhere. And it's still being ported. And my God, this is the game that spawned a million ships. Tato was on fire with this one. And it got duplicated and copied to beat the band back in the day. But this is okay. I give that thumbs up. It's not, they didn't kill it. You know what I mean? They didn't go out of their way to make it great. But kicks, it's hard to botch, if I'm honest. It's such a good game. Let's see here. We've got time for a few more on my list. So let's try a sports title. Here's one I was never a huge fan of in the arcade, but I mean it definitely was there. And I am a fan of the sport, which is boxing. And this was a game that was released by another game from Tato, and it was called Final Blow. Let's hope this one doesn't blow, as so many of the other ones have. This was another one that got released for a decent amount, but not as many. Although C64 got a version of this. And among others, FM Town, Genesis. So it's got around, but didn't go totally crazy. Let's try. See who we can pick here. We got King Jason, Ferdinand, or Dynamite Joe, the Detroit Kid, Kim Nang, Crusher Kev. Crusher Kev looks pretty clueless. Let's go with him. So, this game in the arcade it looked better than it played. Let's see what we got here. So, it's your standard fare. If I push up, he does that. If I pull down, you get your uppercut. If I pull back, I think he blocks. You can see at the bottom of the screen, you've got your life bar. Now, if I don't hit the joystick at all and just hit the button, he does sort of a gut shot. See, right there's me blocking my head. So he's hitting me in the gut, not the groin. But I mean, the problem with boxing like this is that it never really translated well. I mean, really, the first. I mean, let's face facts. The great boxing game. When I ask, what are the great boxing games? The one that come to me is the Punch-Out series. That thing's awesome. But I mean, it's not really a boxing game per se. It is. It's not. I mean, it's still fun. It's one of my. It's one of my favorite games. All of them. They've never made a bad Punch-Out. But not until the EA's Fight Night series, where they worked the controls, and that series was real good. But these attempts, this is like a glorified version of the boxing game Activision put out effectively. I mean, it's not, it looks nicer, but I mean, there's nothing special about it. And it's also a game that's not easy to understand, like, how to do better. There goes the mouthpiece. It's not to say it doesn't have its own charms and some flair. If I could take this guy out, he's trying to make a comeback. Die. Now see, he don't get much. You get a little bit of energy at the bell, but not much. See, if I crowd him and punch the face, see, I'm doing a ton of damage. It's a lot like the Street Fighter. If I get inside, I just pummel the guy. See, he's down. But later on, you can't get away with that. See, uppercuts and then a lot of 1-2 action. There he goes. I like how he did take a knee in the first. At the first, now he actually is out. He might get up. No, it's over. Crusher Kev, he can't be defeated, man. So there you go. Let's see. I'm going to get myself crushed here. They did a good job rendering the crowd. I do like that. Something else that the Punch-Out series had were the real colorful fighters. You know, I mean, if you look at boxing, it's not like wrestling. If you don't have the colorful fighters, it's just two guys in their underpants. You know, I like the panache, and it's hard to translate that into proper boxing, but there are some guys that have done it, you know, over the years. Yeah, he's not messing around. And he's giving me what I gave the last guy. He's getting him in my face. There's not really a rest mechanic here that I could tell. And there's no... There it is. A lot of boxers work out of the break. And work in close quarters. Like Smoking Joe Frazier did that. He liked to get inside, and he had what the peekaboo defense, where he had his hands both up right above his head. Just like that all the time. And it would work inside. He was great at that. He's the exact opposite of a guy like Larry Holmes, for example, who worked. He stayed on the outside, peppering the jab. You know, Larry Holmes had great size. Then you had guys like Mike Tyson, who had great power that could end the fight in one punch. You know, like George Foreman could do that as well. You know, then you had your ultimate hybrids like Muhammad Ali, who had speed, power, everything, total package. But those fights were interesting, and those were colorful characters from back in the day. It's kind of hard to get that sort of same stylized gameplay in a game like this. That's where Fight Night, for example, did a better job. Like, there's nothing that tells me that Kim Nang is much different from Crusher Kev. Now, I mean, there may be some subtleties that I don't see, you know, or understand, but you know, to me, it's just like you're sort of just hitting buttons. It's sort of like try to guess if the guy's blocking high or low. when to attack, when to step back. Like, I'm making a decent comeback while I was. I shouldn't have said anything. I don't know if I can get up out of this or not. Get up, Kev. Nope, he's toast, everybody. There you go. I gave it a whirl. We gave it a whirl there. Anyway, that right there is Final Blow. I mean, I've seen worse ports of that game. I will say that it's not bad. I don't think it's bad. I just don't think the arcade game was that good. The people at Limit gave us a straight up 5, and the magazines were pretty harsh. They gave it a 50%, which is basically a 5. So I would say, yeah, I'd say this is probably middle of the road. Not the best, not the worst, but not something I definitely wouldn't want to play all that often. We got time for one more, I think, here. So let's end on a high note if we can. I've got a lot of games on here that have the term alien in them. You know, it's funny. Everyone loves the alien game, go in there and kill aliens, but like, it's sort of generic. I never really got into the whole thing with just like shooting aliens, killing aliens, but people like that stuff. And so there's a game here. I'll be honest with you. I knew this was an arcade game, but I had hardly ever played it. It's from Sega. It was released on the Amiga in 1991 and came out in the arcade in 1990. It's called Alien Storm. Just there are so many of these games like this that you just kind of mix them all together. So let's see if this one's any good. The thing here is the aliens are invading Earth. It's up to the alien busters to wipe them out. The busters consist of Carla, Gordon, and Scooter. You can pick any one of these and play, and you have to ultimately, at the end of each mission, rescue people by destroying a UFO. So let's give it a whirl here. What do we got here? Oh, it's a robot. Let's pick the girl. Okay. Well, they're probably boned. So, oh man, flamethrower. Oh, look at that. Jeez. I'm trying to figure out how exactly to shoot the flamethrower. What am I doing wrong here? I'll figure it out. There we go. You have to push forward and oh my god. So this is like a beat 'em up. Is this a flip screen beat 'em up? Is that what we're looking at here? She's nimble. It's got 2 players simultaneous play. I am having all sorts of trouble getting her to drop the hammer. Try that. Okay, I picked the guy this time. He's got like a some kind of electric zapper. I don't like the controls in this, if I'm honest. They're real tough. Doesn't look that good either. Plus a flip screen. A flip screen. This is, to me, this... Having not played this in the arcade, if the arcade isn't a flip screen, this screams Atari ST to me. Something tells me we got a port on our hands here. Because I think the Amiga can do scrolling. You know what I mean? I'm getting used to the controls. The controls are not that good. And this thing's also, the frame rate blows. Not good. Sometimes these things are overlooked for a reason. It's the same old, same old. It looks like a intergalactic, like Evil Dead turkey coming to kill you. In the convenience store. Oh, okay. Now we're playing a first-person shooter. Like Ghostbuster style here. These games never play well with a joystick. I'm almost dead. Yeah, I don't like this either. I think this one's no good, everybody. I'm not a fan. Not a fan of this one. Let's see how the people at Lemon rate this one. So far, I have not agreed with everything they've said, but let's see what they. I mean, if you're gonna play an alien game, I'm not sure this is the one I would pick. Alien Storm. Oh, well, good. They give this the old poo rating, 3.87. They hated it, and the magazines, although Amiga Action gave it an 83, it was crushed by all the other magazines and was widely hated. I knew from that first screen, I'm like, man. And the thing is, you've got the makings of a decent game here, but yeah, a horrible job. Who did this one? Tear Tax again. You know, I mean, they're the ones that did Street Fighter earlier. They did a lot of these ports over the years. So, I mean, what can you say? I mean, this is the same outfit that produced Human Killing Machine, which was god-awful. That was the god-awful sequel to Street Fighter we were talking about earlier. So, you can't win them all, I suppose. That's the way she goes. Well, I think that's a good place to call it tonight. Thanks for hanging and banging with me. Always fun to play some Amiga, although sometimes you pay the price. Let me turn off that annoying noise. I will probably do one more of these sort of line, and I've got enough games to do at least one more, and I've left some good stuff on the table here, and some clones too I want to try, so that'll be a lot of fun. Nevertheless, I will end it there. Thanks for joining me for a couple hours of Amiga game fun. Until next time around Disaster Stream, be seeing you.